Hello everyone. Today we will continue our journey to learn programming without coding technology. In this lesson, we will learn about using strings and how to use the components that enable us to do different things with these strings. So let us at first use the assignment component to define a variable. This variable will be called myStr, and we will use the string I love programming like this. So we can enable the auto run feature to run programs quickly after each update, and I will print my str as an expression so we can see the message on the screen. At first, let us check what we have inside the strings domain. At first, we have a component called getStringLength. Using this component, I will type the variable name myStr, and I would like to get the size of the string in another variable called inSize. So we can print inSize if we want, like this, and we get the string size, which is 18 characters. Now, let us try the lowercase component using the same variable myStr, and I would like to get the output in a variable called lower, like this. Then I will use the upper component, which converts characters from any case to uppercase. So like if it is lowercase, it will be upper, and if it is uppercase, it will stay the same. So I will get the output inside a variable called upper. Then if we would like, we can print the lower variable like this, and we get I love programming. Also, we can print the upper variable, and we get I love programming. Another component to try is set string index, which can change a character inside the string. Say I have my str, and I would like to change the first character from I to U, like this. After that, I will print my str. So if you notice, we have an error which is using a variable called U. So we change this to a string like this. Now look at this, we changed the I letter or character to U, which is good. We can also use the getStringIndex component to get a character inside the string. Say I will use my str, and I will get the first character, and I will store it in a variable called my character. Then I will print this variable, and we get U. So this is good. We learned about some components. Let us now go to another file where we can define another string, like say my str is welcome to PWCT, like this, and I will change the content later. So let us start at first like this, and now check the components that we have. We have get letters from the left or from the right, and we have trim to delete spaces. So let us add some spaces here and here too. So printing my str will print the spaces and the content too. So we get some spaces here and some spaces here. Now, if we would like to delete these spaces, we can use the trim component which exists here, and using this component we determine the variable and the output. I will use the same variable for the operation, then I will print my str and I get the string. Now if we would like to get some strings from the left, say using my str I will get 7 characters from the left and I will store them in a variable called message. Then I will print this message variable and I will see the welcome message. Another way to get some characters is to get them from the right. So using this component, we can type my str and I would like to get 4 characters and I will get them from the right and store them in a variable called message2. And then we print message and we get PWCT. So if we would like to replicate a variable for a specific amount, a specific number, say I would like to replicate this message 3 times, I will use the copy string component and I will get this in a variable called new message, and then I will print new message to get PWCT repeated 3 times, which is good. So I hope that you enjoyed this part of the lesson. We can learn more about other components. So let us move here and we will define another string which called message that contains 3 lines, like 1 and 2, and the new line, then we have 3. So after defining this message, we can print it directly using the print component, and we get each word in a separate line. Now, looking at the strings components, I would like to get the count of lines inside, the lines count inside this string. So I will pass my str and I will get the output in a variable called inline. And if you notice that we have an error because no variable called my str is called message, so I will update this and we have to delete the old one which just uses my str like this. Now after getting the lines, I would like to print in line as expression, and we have 3 lines. This is good about using the component that uses multi-lines strings. And now we can learn about a component that find a substring position or get substring and so on, but I prefer to create this in another program. So let us move here and define a variable called myStr which contains welcome to PWCT like this. Then we print myStr to be sure that everything is okay. And now look at this. By going to the components browser and the strings domain here, I will use the find substring position component. I would like to find the position of PWCT. So let us use this component. Using the variable myStr, I would like to find PWCT and I will store this position in a variable called inPosition. Then I will print this variable like this. And we see that this word PWCT starts at character 12. As you know, strings in the ring programming language, the index inside this string starts from 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the space. Then we have 9 and 10. Then we have 11 for the space. And the letter P starts from the character 12. So it's good. Now we can get a substring from a specific position if we would like to do this, like say using my str and starting from n position, I would like to get any characters inside this string starting from this position, and I will store it in a variable called message. Then I will print the message variable like this, which prints PWCT. So this is good components. Also, we can get specific number of characters, say using the get characters from string component. We can say, okay, using my str, which is our string, I will start from letter 9 and I will get 2 characters and I will store them inside message 2. Then I will print the message and I will get these 2 characters here, which is 2. What if we would like to transform some string to another string? We can use substring transform component, and inside my str I would like to find the word PWCT and I will change it to programming like this, and I will get the output in the message variable. Then I will print this variable and we get welcome to programming instead of welcome to PWCT. This is good, and we learned a lot of components. We still have 2 components to learn, so we can learn about them. And I will create another file to use the string compare and convert string to list. We have this file here, and let us start by creating 2 strings, str1, which is like a, b, c, d, e, f, and we create another string, str2, which is the same content. Then we create a third string like def, like this. Now I would like to compare between the strings, so I would like to compare between str1 and str2, which contains the same characters, and I will get this output, say in compare 1 like this. And let us print this variable, which is in compare 1, and we print this as expression. The output, which is 0, means that this string is identical to the other one. And if we are comparing str1 and str3 and getting the output in another variable in compare 2, and we printed this variable, we get -1, because there is a difference between the 2 strings. And if we change it, str3 to comes first, then str1, and we get the output in the variable in compare 3, and we compared this, we get positive value. So based on the content, we can get a value which is 0 if 2 strings are identical, or we can get +1 or -1 based on the contents. Anyway, in most application, what we will do is just comparing the strings using the equal operator, like say if str1 equal str2, we print a message saying yes, and we get the message. And we can create another check, like if str1 not equal str3, we print, say, another message like yes, we know they are not the same, and we can have else if we would like, and so on, about comparing strings. Now, let us study the last component that we have in the strings domain. This component is about converting a string to a list. So using the assignment component, I will define my str, which is 1 plus new line plus 2 plus new line plus 3 plus new line. Then I will print my str as expression, and I will get 1, 2, 3. But what we have here is a string, and we can say access any character and modify it and so on. What if we would like to change this to a list? We can say convert string to list, and we convert my str to a list called a list like this, and we can print a list and get the same output 1, 2, 3. Also, we can get list size and interact with a list as just a normal list that we can use and modify and so on, and we can print in size here and we get 3 and so on. So it is very easy to convert from strings to lists. Also, we can convert from lists to strings and so on. Now, in this tutorial, we covered all of the components that exist in the strings domain. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson, and see you in our next lesson. Goodbye.